Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. My name is Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey, and we are going to make a card today. Let me do a fun fold card, just making sure I could see. Just want to make sure I could see any comments coming in. Hey Jamie, thanks for joining. All right, I am using the Merriest Trees bundle today. Um, I've changed multiple things multiple times. This set is a lot of fun to play with. It just it started out small and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and I have a lot of pieces. Everything's already pre-cut. I stamped a lot already because there's a lot with it. But it's really a fun set to play with. And it was not one originally on my list of sets that I wanted to get. And then when I got it, I was really happy I did. Hi, Gloria. Thanks for joining. Barbara and hi, Pam. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining. All right, just a couple things. Just try to remember to go on, when you go online, check the online exclusives. Right now there's 5 new papers. And if anybody that was part of my um, designer series paper share, you did get a sample of a couple of them. I put them in the package. That was just a little gift for me. But there's 5 different ones. 2 of them are definitely Christmas. Then there's another foil one that's kind of a gingham, and there's a paper. It's called Delightful Floral. It coordinates with the translucent floral bundle that's in the September to December catalog. And there's also adhesive back silver and gold glimmer paper, which I did use today, and I'll explain when I get to it. And the only other thing I want to let everybody know about is October 7th is World Card Making Day, and our team is doing an event on Facebook. We're going to be doing live demonstrations all day. I believe it's starting like at 9 in the morning and it's going to go till like 8 or 9 at night. But we are going to stop because Stampin' Up! Is also doing something, so we'll stop in between so you can attend Stampin' Up's also. Their event is free also. Um, but you'll be able to sign in and you have to join the Facebook group, which we'll be getting. I'll update you and just let you know, but you join the Facebook group and then you'll be able to see everybody's videos. All right, let me get started because although I did a lot of the prep for the card, there is a lot to it. Hey, Carol, thank you for joining. Okay, so I'm starting with a panel of Balmy Blue, which is 4 1/4 by 11. It is scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. So it's a double Z fold, which is what I'm actually doing. Right, so we're just gonna that one a good burnish. So I do have another part to go on it, but I'm gonna let me do the decorating with this first. And this isn't even the part that's gonna take that long. It's the trees. All right, so I already pre-matted all of these. It's the Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper. I wanted a starry sky, I guess you could say, to put for a background. I changed the DSPs so many times. when I was putting this together. I had originally the I can't remember the name of it. Walk in the Forest DSP, which is a paper right now. It's in the mini catalog, the September to December catalog, and for every pack of paper that you purchase, a percentage goes, I believe it's for foster children. So, and it's really a cute pack of paper. So I originally had that paper, and then I picked something else. And then I came across this and I said, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. So these all the measurements are going to be on my blog on Friday because again, there are so many different panels. But these I believe were I think these are 2.5 by 4, and the mats are 1/8 of an inch bigger. And those two are the same size. And then this one here is 4 by 5 1/4. All right. So that was the easy part. All right. And this is the other piece, which is, I believe, 1.5 inches by 11 inches. And well, if you hold it this way, it was scored at 2 3/4 and 5.5. This one has to go the opposite way of of the way your card is. So your card, the Z fold goes this way. This one here, we're going to go the opposite way. So this is going to go on like this. So then when you open it up, you'll have the Z fold. So I'm going to decorate these pieces. Again, I did already matte all the paper, and I just matted it on white. Because originally, like I said, the paper I was going to use was a balmy blue, and I was going to do a night of navy matte, and then I changed my mind. I really have to stop changing my mind when I get, like, once I decide on what I'm going to do for my card, I have to just do that. Because I changed my mind this morning, or this afternoon, after I got home from work, and I started making sure I was getting everything cut and all. I'm like, I don't want to put that paper. And this is also the Oh Holy Night paper. It's I believe it's the backside of something. This is the top of one of the panels. And then this is the back of another one. I can't remember which one though. All right. I'm not going to adhere this yet. Oh, actually I have to in order to do this. Okay, we'll adhere this down. All right, so all we're going to do, we're going to adhere this panel here and right here on this side. And I think I'm actually going to use tear and tape. Change my mind again. I just think it'll hold better, and I don't have to worry about it um, smearing out when I'm putting it down, and then I have to deal with the messy glue. And we know how much I like the glue. And lately, liquid glue and I have not been friends. I don't know if it's because if my containers are too empty, it doesn't work. And if my containers are too full, it does. I just keep making a mess with it. Oh my goodness. My dog is starting now. My husband is trying to keep her downstairs because she insists on being up here with me. Okay, I'm just going to put a couple pieces here just to hold this. Actually, yeah, that should be good. I don't want to go too high because I don't want it to be sticking out. All right. Started out as a very rainy day here. It's so humid. That's what I was telling my daughter when I was bringing her this morning because I have to bring her at, um, she catches a 6:30 a.m. train for school. And I kept saying to you, sure you don't want to bring a raincoat or something? And now the sun is out and she's probably, my guess is she's laughing at me now because I was telling her she should bring a raincoat or something. Well, we were originally supposed to have lots of thunderstorms, but so just gonna adhere this. I'm going right to the edge with it. So there you go. Okay, now the rest is decorating, and that's the part that's gonna take a lot. Because I did not know what I needed, I have all these trees stamped and cut, and I had no clue what I was doing. And then I have I'll show you, all these little pieces to put on. These are all, I put the dimensionals on the back already. They're all the ornaments for the tree. So what I do know is this one's going in the front. And this one's going in the back. Those I know. Actually, I want to use this one. This one I'm using too. Like I said, I was all over the place with this. So let's decorate the tree first. Let's get that part. So let me bring these over. So this is the adhesive back glimmer paper, the smaller piece. And what happened was when I ran the die through, I don't have the piece here, but when I ran this die through on the glimmer paper, and when I took it out, I lifted the die, and the glimmer part stayed in the die and the adhesive stayed down. So I had to try to put it back on. So I'm really going to hope that it's going to stick. If not, there's always liquid glue. So, but it's kind of like, I guess if I would have used, just put an adhesive sheet on the back of the paper. Oops, I'm sticking to some star. Adhesive sheet on the back of the glimmer paper. It's working. Like I said, I wasn't sure if it was going to stick since the adhesive came off and then I stuck it back on. And I'm just putting these on. I probably should use tweezers so I get it where I want it, but it's going to go where it goes. Just putting them on an angle. And I thought the glimmer paper would just give it a nice little, give it a little shine. Oops. And it is sticking. I'm going to give it a good press on the back. But the paper is some of the paper from the online exclusive paper's really pretty. I actually, Tamara's card, I used one of them, and it was a pattern. When I first saw it, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to like that. And when I put the card together, I was kind of happy with it. All right. Like I said, this is the part that's going to take the longest, and I cut. stamped and cut out 12 ornaments because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I figured I'd rather have too many than not enough. And then we have a choice. I'm going to let you guys choose. These are the two stars. This one here was a die cut star in Daffodil Delight, and then a detailed die cut star in Daffodil Delight. And this was just a stamped star in Daffodil Delight that I um, cut out with the die. So you let me know which one you think would look better. While I'm sitting here taking off um, whatever these are called, dimensional backs. Like I said, this set is, I honestly, I had no, I didn't think I was going to get it. And then I decided to pick it up. And when I started playing with it, I was having so much fun. It just kind of got a little out of hand because I kept stamping and adding things, and you can just, like I said, you can get carried away with it. That's why I have a whole bunch of packages. I didn't know what I was going to use. And I know I'm not using all these ornaments. This was, like I said, I think all these are for the bigger tree. Oh, I need one more ornament. What do I want? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need an odd number. Everything's always in odd numbers. And you know what? I think that's good. What do you think? Put too many ornaments, the tree's going to fall over. Anybody ever have that problem? Your tree falling? I better knock on wood. We've been lucky all these years. And we put a lot of ornaments on our tree. All right, this piece here was cut out of smoky slate. Hey, Rosie, thanks for joining. Okay, it looks like the detailed store. You're not that late, Rosie, really, because I had everything pre-cut. All right, and this is going to go on here, and we're just going to move all these extra little pieces off to the side. And we're going to use the detailed star. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to adhere this to the base. We'll just put a little bit of, actually I think I'm going to put a couple glue dots. Using a little of everything as far as adhesives today. And anybody who has watched me knows I use all different. I don't have any one favorite, I don't think. Um, they all have their advantages and disadvantages. All right, so we're going to put this up. Let's get the star. Make sure that, okay, I want to make sure there was enough room. And the star keeps sticking to me. All right, this I'm going to put down with some liquid glue because the ornaments are popped up, and then I'm going to pop up some of the gifts. Right like that. Because that'll show. Whoops. And then I think I'm going to pop up the star. Whoops. It's sticking to me. That should be okay. Somebody just came to visit me. She better be quiet. All right. All these little pieces out of here before I make a mess. Okay, so that's the one in the front. Or in the back, I'm sorry. I got my fronts and backs mixed up. This one's going to go here. And this one, I'm actually going to glue it behind here. See if I can do this. It's going to go behind here, so it's in between. And I think this is one that I'm actually going to put tear and tape on the bottom because I'm afraid liquid glue is going to, it'll stick to the back and then I'll have trouble opening the card. Glue dots out of here. So we're going to we're going to set that there for a minute so I can get this one down. We're going to put it right about there because I need a little bit of room to put a sentiment. And I have a funny feeling I'm going to have to die cut or fussy cut a sentiment. And you know what? To save myself glue smearing all over, we're going to use tear and tape again. I'm just afraid the glue's just going to make a mess being it's got the fold. Oops, there we go. Oh, thank you, Rosie. I appreciate that. And where do we put the other piece? Is going to go right about there. Like the way I measure? Just push that back a little. And this will go right there. That. And then this one, we're going to slip right in here. And give it a good press. Whoops, that didn't do what I wanted it to. Put it over a little bit too far. Oh, good thing I didn't use liquid glue. That would have really made a mess. Try this one more time. Forgot about that fold there. There we go. Oh my goodness. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip, because nobody's going to see this. I'm just going to give this a little haircut there. That one spot that's just getting in my way. And nobody will see that unless you sit there and looking underneath. There. Now this is, I'm going to put weight there so we could put the sentiment on the inside. I even have embellishments out. I have everything ready today for this. All right, now I'm not fussy cutting. We're going to just cut this on an angle and put it right on the front. Now, the trees, I don't know if I said at the beginning, all the trees were stamped in Granny Apple Green. So I stamped the solid tree in Granny Apple Green, and then I stamped the detail tree right over, and I don't know if you could see the detail. This is also Granny Apple Green, but this is stamped off once. So just, I wanted at least one in a lighter color. So those are all stamped. But again, everything will be, all the color, well, most of the colors. The gifts, I don't know if I'm putting all the colors I use for the gifts on my blog. I might list some of the colors. Hold on, I'm holding my breath here that I get this straight. I should hold my breath that I stamp it. Sorry about that. On the line. And that is why I had a bigger piece. There we go. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for joining. And I'm getting my paper trimmer real quick for this, only because I want it to be even. So I'm trimming it this way. I was gonna fussy cut it, but changed my mind. I have much room, so. But I just wanted to make sure my angles were even. So I just lined it up right on the trimmer, and that'll fit right there. Just have to find where I put my dimensionals. I did have them. Oh my goodness. Oh, we'll grab some new ones. I have no clue where I put them. Just gonna put one in the middle. This right here. Actually, we're going to overlap the tree a little, because I think it's okay if we do. Okay, make sure that was straight. And then for the inside, I have a panel of basic white, and I'm just going to stamp the sentiment on the top. And then we're just going to pick out some packages and put them on the bottom. And I'm stamping it with "We wish you a Merry Christmas." Sorry, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." I'm going to stamp it in Granny Apple Green only because it's kind of the shape of a tree. and I'm going to go more toward the top. This card does not leave much room for you to write. I hope that I got it straight. Yep, that looks pretty good. So if you want more room so that you can write, you can always put a panel on the back. Sometimes I like when there's not a lot because I don't want to write anything. Okay, and then I'm just taking a little, I guess it's a star image. And I'm just gonna, just in balmy blue, just stamp around a little bit. Oops. That's good enough. And this, we are going to slip right here. So again, it doesn't leave you much room to write. You can just sign your name here, or what I probably will do is either put a panel on the back, or I can always write something there, put a piece of white there, but chances are I'll put a panel on the back for this one. All right, and I am definitely using liquid glue for this because I have to slip it behind. So I want to make sure, uh, okay, I didn't stick my finger in it. I want to make sure I get it even, so I need a little wiggle room. So I'm just going to slide that open, slip that in like that. There you go. Just going to put a couple of the packages. This one here, oh, I had stamped this in cherry cobbler, but again, I used that adhesive back glimmer paper, and I don't know if this is a star that's you're supposed to put above, or if it's for the package, but it fit perfectly for the package, so I used it as a bow for the package. So we're going to do that one, do that. We'll do a couple different ones. If I can lift them up, we'll do them. And where's my glue dots? We're going to put these on with glue dots. Only because when it's folded. I don't know about anybody else, but when you get your glue dots, these glue dots now come, they're backwards for me. They come with the dots on this side. I actually sit and I save the roll and I re-roll my glue dots. I know you're probably thinking I'm nuts. But yeah, it drives me crazy when they are on the other way. I cannot get myself to use them. So I actually sit and I re-roll. I keep as soon as I run out, I keep the roll and then I re-roll them. And we're going to put them sideways and all that because I don't know about you, but my packages are never under the tree perfectly. Oh, look at that. I forgot I had the tree stump. Oh well, that's all right. We don't need it. There it is. Do a quick envelope and we're done. And I'm going to show you my little trick because I didn't want to waste this piece. It was, it's only like 2 inches. Yeah, it's only 2 inches. Usually I use a piece that's 2¼ inches, and I hate wasting it. So what I do is try to get the glue out. And I move it down a little bit, which in this case, because the card is thicker, the envelope doesn't always fold perfectly flat. So I move it down just a little bit. And then this tiny bit I'm going to trim. And that will, nobody's going to know. You'll have plenty of room to seal it. Well, you'll know. But nobody, when you mail it, nobody's going to know. Just going to just cut off that little tiny bit. So there's plenty of glue there to seal it. And I did already stamp the front of the envelope, so I didn't have to worry about that. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. And there we go. And I do have embellishments. I knew I forgot something. Okay. I think we're going to put gold. Since we have the gold glitter here, I think I'm going to put the festive pearls. I'm going to put a couple of the gold ones in the front. I had all different ones out because I wasn't sure what I was going to use. I think, and we have the gold here. We're just going to kind of go with the gold. Put another one there. Okay, now it's done. Sorry about. See, I even had them out, and I tend to forget and end up doing them after I'm done. All the measurements, along with a link to this video, will be on my blog on Friday at creativestampindesigns.com. All the measurements will be there. And this one will be pretty easy for me to explain. Some of the cards I make, sometimes I have a little trouble explaining them, but this one is, this is a really easy one. All right, I hope you liked it. You'll give it a try, and if you do, I would really love for you to post it on my Facebook page in the comments where I post the card, and just put a picture of your card. I love seeing what everybody makes. All right, thank you everyone for joining, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you, Roberta. I didn't even see you hopped on. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will plan on being live next Wednesday, same day. I had to think what day it was. Next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And I think for the next few weeks, I'm going to plan on doing some kind of a Christmas card. I actually know what I'm doing for next week already because it was a choice between two sets for today. So next week, I'm going to use the other one that I was going to use today. All right. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you next week. Bye, everyone.